All right, guys. Happy Sunday, by the way. Episode 15, XR Podcast. And I'm here for another great episode. I'm here with my two Venezuela agents. On the left, I have Cynthia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, thank
Good.
you.
I'm glad you're here. And then on the right, I have Janet.
Hi.
Hi, Janet. Big thing about this podcast, I want to do a special one because I have, I'm Italian, but we're outnumbered actually by Venezuela agents. And it's pretty awesome because it's a big community here, especially in Chicago, around the office. And little by little, we started, Andrea came first. And then from Andrea, Cynthia, Janet, and then also Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan should be here.
Yeah,
Actually,
he should
It's
have.
Venezuelan.
Exactly. And then Sol.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe she's
Oh, yeah,
Venezuelan
so too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So, but Cynthia, tell me a little bit about you. Introduce yourself. People that don't know you, right?
I know. Thank you, Greg, for having me today. Here is a big opportunity to talk a little bit about me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm Cynthia. I'm from Venezuela. I speak Spanish. I'm still learning English. I speak a little bit Portuguese.
I'm learning too still.
Yeah, good,
So-
right? Good. So I've been on the logistic business for many years ago. I opened my
Nice.
company like 20 years ago
Okay.
in Venezuela.
Okay.
And when I decided to came to this beautiful country,
Okay.
I was active working on
Okay.
this business.
So you were doing logistic then?
Yeah, my job was just connecting people
Okay.
and helping people to find the best rates to ship stuff.
Wow.
So my main job was just connect between brokers and the port facilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool because you're well versed, know different cultures, different people. It helps a lot for the real estate job,
Yes.
especially.
Yeah, it is.
Was Chicago your first place where you landed when you
No.
came from Venezuela?
I came to Miami first because this country gave me the opportunity to open my company
Okay.
in Miami many years ago before I decided to come.
Nice.
So someone
She left
asked,
Miami. I would never.
I love Miami. I had to take a decision between New York and Chicago.
Okay.
So I decided Chicago because I wanted to be out of my comfort zone.
Okay. And plus Chicago, it's a nice city. I'm biased, so better
Yeah.
Chicago than New York.
Yeah.
And there's great opportunities here too.
Yes.
Same with Janet. She so was Chicago your first destination?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It was my first destination.
Okay.
I came here at the age of 11.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mother got a scholarship to study engineering. And
Okay.
that's how we came here.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that was 10 years ago you came? Like
Nice. Yeah, I wish.
No, but
Yeah.
it's cool. So how did you? So you've been here since 11. You've been going a little back and forth, or you guys just stayed here?
I've gone back and forth. I love my country, so I missed it. So when I was a teenager, I went back for high school for like a year, and then came back. I couldn't really decide, but eventually ended up here. I love Chicago. I love the U.S.
It's kind of hard sometimes, right? Like when you know two different places, right?
Right.
Like I'm kind of like you guys too. Like I love Sicily, I love Italy, but then I know this place.
Yeah.
So when I'm there, I think about here, and when I'm here, I think about there.
Exactly.
I think
yeah.
that's I think that's a big problem for a lot of people that are like us, right?
Yeah,
First
I know.
generation and come from somewhere else. I see even with a lot of my clients, even people from anywhere, from Poland, or from England, or from
Yeah.
South America, they all have that little. You always think about home.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. But hey, we do our best, right?
Yep. Yeah, we do. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like we share two cultures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you guys both speak then Spanish, fully Spanish, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
speak Spanish fluently.
Like Cynthia was telling me, in Miami, most of the people actually don't even
Speak
there's
Spanish.
a lot of speaking Spanish, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends too that they only speak English, but most
Yeah.
of them speak Spanish.
Spanish.
And you feel so comfortable too.
Yeah.
Like you really want, you can be you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So I'm learning to be me in another language too.
And plus,
Right?
yeah. And plus, what it is like, if they want to, they're in this country already, it's hard, right?
It's
and if
so
they
hard.
only if they have somebody that could help them on buying a house and it's all in Spanish, why not? Because already like the system is a little bit different, the process is different.
Yeah.
So if you could go through it, like it's big. Yesterday you met somebody at open house, right?
Yes.
Fully Spanish.
Fully Spanish.
And
yes. And
you guys hit it off, right?
we did. We
Yeah.
hit it off, and we do know lenders that speak Spanish fluently. So it really helps the buyer to feel comfortable
Okay.
because they're understanding, everything through.
Correct.
And it's a big purchase for
Correct.
them. So.
Right. And plus too, I think besides, language, that we're different and everything, but it's also culture, right? You could connect with them culturally on certain
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and that's huge,
Yeah.
and that happens to me a lot too with my Italian people, like,
I know.
or let's say there's certain stuff like, I don't know, it could be like a little, I don't know, who knows, a phrase or something that a lot of people wouldn't understand if you're not,
Yes.
in that culture.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So it makes them at ease, make them feel comfortable. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But I believe for Joanne and I, it's easy and it's amazing to connect with people from different countries in Latin America.
Yes, I agree.
Every country has a different culture and they don't speak the same words
That's true
like-
too.
as I do. So it's amazing just to talk with people from Peru
Yeah.
and know a little bit about his food, their food,
Yeah.
their cultures.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Because sometimes, like, when you're in the United States, people are like, oh, you're from South America. And they think you're just from Mexico, right? But there's a lot. It happens.
It happens a lot.
It happens, but there's a lot more, right?
I love
There's Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Chile,
Yeah.
and everyone has their own little thing, a little bit different, little
Yeah.
accent too.
It's
Be a
true.
little different. So that's cool. That's
It's
cool.
cool.
And although
I do. I'm
Oh,
not,
you
do.
do?
I do, más o menos.
Oh, wow.
kidding.
Más o menos, but
Estoy español, entonces.
now hablamos español mucho, no troppo. What about one thing I'm curious, because a lot of people are, because we do see a lot of big influence of Venezuela people, like a lot. There's a lot of, even like you guys take care of Venezuela clients, right?
Yes.
And it's huge. Like, what's happening? Like, are people just leaving? Like, like an example. Italy, like in the 19th century, or after World War II, a lot of people left Italy. A lot.
Yeah.
Like they left, they came with the boats, or they just, because it was bad. It was poverty, politics were bad, and so a lot of people immigrated. Now it's not that much like that. There's some Italians, but not as much as like it used to be. But I feel now in Venezuela, that's kind of like the new group, like especially in Chicago.
I agree. Like when I first came here, like in the 90s, it was I hardly saw anybody from Venezuela. Like I would, like finding like, like harina pan or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like
It was hard.
the food, it was very difficult. And now it's like, we're everywhere. We're
Yeah.
all over the world actually.
Yeah.
And like I have family in Europe, I have family in Mexico.
But in the 90s,
everywhere.
Venezuela was amazing to even live there. Like,
it was.
we had
It
Italian.
was.
Yeah, we had Italian people.
All you guys came to our
Yeah.
country.
My mom, there's a town where my mom is from, Bagheria.
So Venezuela
Yeah.
opened their doors for
Yes.
everyone
Yes.
Yes.
in their 70s, in their 80s, in their
Yeah.
90s also.
You guys were
So-
a rich country doing
Yeah,
really,
so
really well.
I think 90%
You know?
of my friends that I met in Venezuela, they have a Euro passport.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
they are from Spain, Portugal, and the amazing bakeries in my country, the owners are from Portugal.
Wow.
They are hard
Awesome.
workers.
That's
So it's amazing.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But now there's a lot. Like I have a friend and a lot of their family. They grew up. They went to Venezuela to immigrate. They did well, but then things changed, and now they went back to Italy.
Okay.
Even with their first generation, Venezuelan kids. So that's what's happened. They're going to Europe or they're coming in the States.
Yes.
So there's something going on, unfortunately, politic wise, right?
Politic wise, the economy, inflation.
Yeah.
It's pushing people out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is still a beautiful country, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
miss it every day.
Yeah,
of course.
no, of course, I bet. We just got to make sure it gets better and
Yeah.
better. And then, you can maybe invest for real estate there too.
Yeah.
I know, but the best things that we can make it in different countries.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Just
start from the beginning.
correct. And this country offers you a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that could be like big, if you're talking with our viewers there, and there's people
Yeah.
like from Venezuela, you could tell them, hey, I could help you out, show you kind of like how you say, show you the ropes or something.
Show you
in
the
English.
ropes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know how to get there. You know.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. So how many years? Now I'm going back to real estate. How many years you been in real estate now?
So I've been in real estate about 7 years.
7 years.
Yes.
Nice.
I really love it.
And yourself?
A year.
A year.
Yes.
So seems like she's been in real estate for all her life, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's been in this business for 5 years.
It's good.
because,
She's
yeah.
confident.
Yeah, she's
good.
definitely is.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
good.
Yeah, I'm still learning,
Yeah.
but I love it.
Yeah.
I love to have the connection.
Yes.
The same connection that I used to do with my clients.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same because you need to have specific skills for that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So especially when you need to be honest.
It's a lot of customer service, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of
And you
customer
do it the right thing. You do it from the heart, and
Yeah.
and it works.
Yeah, and for me, I feel amazing when my clients value my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
awesome.
value my words, my message, and they got my message.
Yeah. No, and I
It's great.
appreciate. I like that you're here at XR. It's awesome.
Thank you.
You know, because we're learning too every day. You know, we learn from you guys too.
No, and I'm so thankful and grateful that you guys opened the door for me.
Yeah. Oh my
Because
God.
I feel
Pleasure.
like, yeah, I'm growing up
Our
every
pleasure.
single day.
Pleasure.
And the experiences is the
Yeah.
best things that I can.
Yeah. So if somebody is new from this country, they came from Venezuela, like you guys did, right? What should they do? Like, you know, like to get to buy a house, right? Should they work on, because sometimes, let's say I'm from Europe, right? And we don't have like a credit system. Like, you know, here's like, you know, credit system, there's credit score. Like what should they do? Like maybe talk with a viewer. They just came here. Should they set up a bank account, a credit card to build their credit? Like,
In my case, I got here with the student visa.
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the first thing I did was just open my account.
So
my
you
new
can
account.
you could open an account with a
I
student
did.
visa, right?
Yes. By
Okay.
the time you could do it. Right now, it's not possible.
No, it's not. Okay.
No, because
Okay.
most of the school they close the benefit.
Okay.
Yeah, and everything start to change when the embassy in Venezuela
Okay.
closed. When the embassy of United States closed in Venezuela.
Okay.
So,
But there's people like even like, you know, don't have, let's say, you know, we met a client, right? And let's say you don't have really the paperwork still in order, they could still even buy a house
yeah,
with ITIN,
Yeah,
they do.
right?
Yeah, they could buy a house with
Yeah.
ITIN. They do have to put 20% down.
Okay.
So they have to have that.
Yeah.
Also, they have to be in the process of attaining a social security.
Or if they're let's say, because Venezuela, you know, was a pretty rich country, and there's people
Yes.
with cash too.
They could definitely buy
You know,
cash.
they could buy cash. They could own a house
Yeah.
here and without even being a citizen.
Without being a
Yeah.
citizen, without ITIN,
Yeah.
without anything, you could just buy it.
You could just buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome to know too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody's listening to us from
I know,
Venezuela and they want to, you know,
And a lot
invest some money, right?
yes.
Like I have somebody in Italia. Sorry, I interrupt you. I have somebody in Italy, and he invests here. Like he doesn't live here or anything, but
Okay.
yeah, and he buys properties all the time as a rental property. You know, so somebody from Venezuela could do the same thing
Yes.
if they want to transfer some of their, you know, money. You know, maybe in the States where.
And most of them they have already work permission,
Yeah, exactly.
which is good. In the beginning can be hard, but
Yeah,
when you find someone to help you and
Yeah.
guide you during the whole process, it's easy.
it's easier. Yeah.
It's
So
easy.
where do you feel like the Venezuela people are concentrated right now? Like more in Chicago, I mean. Like in the suburbs or in the city?
Um,
I think the city.
The city?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I heard Indiana has a big
Indiana.
city too.
Wow.
Yeah, Indiana. Yeah.
They like it. There's cheaper with taxes.
I know, but the city, the majority of Venezuelans are the city.
In the city?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they like to feel connected with people,
Yeah.
and especially being by the lake.
Yeah, there's that vibe, right?
Yeah, the good vibe. Have
The vibe of people outside,
Yeah.
walking around,
Yeah.
little shops, you know,
Yes.
kind of like you're in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Versus if you go in the suburbs, it's a different feel.
Yeah.
You
It's,
know.
it's kind of lonely at first in the suburbs. Yeah. You kind of get used to it.
Yeah. You like the suburbs?
I do like the suburbs just because no traffic. And anywhere I go, there's parking. And
So
I
you
don't have
love
to
that.
pay for it. That's what I love about it. The city I
You don't like the
love.
city bumping your car, scratch, you know?
It takes me, yeah, it takes me like
I
40
like that
minutes
trip.
to do 6 miles. I don't like that. But
She likes the stress.
but the city has so much to offer and so many activities and so
Yeah.
many things and concerts and plays. So
Yeah.
yeah, and the lake, the city Chicago has everything. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're blessed. I think we have a little bit of everything, right? We have the city of Chicago where it's awesome. There's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then we still also have the suburbs. So it's kind of like we're almost like, how can you say, like one fit, one size
one
fit all.
size
Like
fits all, like
really, there's a little bit for everything. For anybody that like the suburb living, then they go to suburbs. If they want more the lake, waterfront, then they go to the lake,
Yes.
So it's kind of cool. That's why I like Chicago. It makes it
Yeah.
we're special.
I like more the city. I feel comfortable in the city.
You feel
Like the traffic too.
she likes the traffic.
I need to be around the chaos. So
I understand. You need that vibe.
yes, I need the vibe.
That's funny. But yeah, but in my experience with Italian people that comes from Italy, when they're here, like with no, let's say, going back to that credit thing, like there's banks that offer also like debit card. Like let's say you can't get a credit card, but they'll offer like a prepaid debit card.
Yes.
So you kind of put the money in the debit card, but so it's prepaid, but it acts like a credit card. So then it records on your it records on your credit, and it seems like you're building some credit.
yes,
So-
you could start building credit
Yeah.
that way.
I think that's pretty. It's a little,
You
Yeah.
can start with a little bit with 200, 300.
Yeah. and then you buy your first car. Even sometimes you get like a high interest rate, but it helps you build your credit too.
It does help you build your credit, and also like credit cards like Capital One are great.
You're right.
Building credit.
You're right.
and just getting started. So.
Even for kids, like I have actually
Yeah.
bank accounts at Capital One, checking accounts for my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all minor, and I set it up for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and they get like a little debit card, so they get to play around with
so
it.
they can
Yeah,
start building credit
Nice.
and get
They do.
ready and, yeah.
I'm
learn
trying.
money.
Yeah, trying to give them a base.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I open mine
Yeah.
for my kid too.
What's a special dish, Venezuela dish, like something good, like only Venezuela. It's made in Venezuela, and only Venezuela people would know.
El pabellón.
Pabellón.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like shredded beef. Like here I heard it in Cuban restaurants called ropa vieja.
Okay.
And also in Puerto Rican restaurants too.
Okay.
But it's shredded beef, rice, black beans, and plantains.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
It's like
Do you girls make it? Do you girls
That's
make it?
home.
I used to.
Yeah, I don't know how to cook. Unfortunately,
Not anymore.
I was raised here, so that means no.
Wait,
it's-
what?
That's not the reason.
Wait, what that means? I mean, women don't cook here. I'm
If-
sorry.
No, I'm very good at making desserts, but food, yeah.
I get it.
It doesn't come out right. It's not that Venezuelan
Yeah.
flavor. Like something's always missing.
So I'm gonna be a little contradict you. How you say, like, what you?
Contradictory?
Yes, I'm gonna be, because
Yeah.
I know we said like, oh, I grew up here, so we assume that
Yeah.
you can't cook, but I think we're just busy here.
That's true.
That's what it is. We're
Yes.
just, as a society, we're busy. You girls are like, have like, jobs, working,
Yeah.
driving around, doing showings, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's definitely
it's
a
hard.
different lifestyle.
Yeah. Versus if you're in Venezuela or even in Italia, you got a little bit more time,
Yeah.
right? So you do cook 2-3 hours and you prepare.
Yes.
Or society stops. Let's say if there's a Sunday there and everybody takes the day off because they're going to church, everybody's off.
Yeah.
The stores are closed, everything. So you're not going outside because everybody's off. So you
Yeah.
got time to cook.
It's
you know?
And you're used to making home meals, like in
Yeah.
Venezuela, like right, like lunch. You eat
Yeah.
lunch is like a homemade meal. It's not customary to like, oh, I'm just gonna stop and buy. I'm gonna stop at
Correct.
this restaurant. I'll just pick something up or
Yeah.
McDonald's.
I'm
or
not going
something
to
like that.
taco burrito.
Yeah.
Just picking a taco. I know.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's different.
So
and-
I never cooked before in Venezuela. I never cook.
Okay.
So when I moved here, I gotta cook. So I started to cook some Venezuelan dishes
Okay.
and meals, and my kid loved it. So I feel sometimes like I don't want to cook, and he asked for food. He said,
Yes.
"I want rice, black beans, plantain,
Wow.
Chicken.
Wow.
Yo,
Wow.
wow. I want fish.
pretty cool.
So I gotta cook.
But it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good.
Nothing
It's
bad.
good. Yeah,
Keeps, you know.
there is always time for that. But
You try at least.
yeah, I try.
At least you try.
Yeah, I do miss like the soup. I miss so much of food over there.
Yes.
And I guess I gotta go. There are a lot of Venezuelan restaurants here in the city
Amazing.
that I definitely have to try out.
You don't have nothing in the suburbs?
Yeah, the food is here in Chicago, I have to say.
Yeah, Chicago. Yeah, Chicago City, the food is good, and we can't complain though because in Chicago, we have so many cultures, so many different restaurants from Venezuela to Italian to Polish. Like we're blessed,
Yeah, whatever you
know?
feel like eating, Thai,
Yeah.
everything.
and they're good
Yeah.
because
They're
we have a
good.
lot of like first generation people that are here in
Yeah.
Chicago that are owners of these restaurants, and so they bring a little bit extra passion,
Yeah,
to do stuff, versus being a franchise.
that's true.
So that's what makes it special still in Chicago. Hopefully it keeps up.
Yeah, I hope so too. And like Cynthia, have you been to any like Venezuelan restaurants in the
Yes.
area that you would say it's like it reminds me of home? Because you were
I have
in
mine. I
Silver-
have my favorite restaurant.
which
Bien Me Sabe.
Bien Me Sabe?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty close to my house.
Okay.
And it's amazing. Everything is delicious. And
Okay.
it's great how they're cook, how
Okay.
all the passion that they do with their food.
And the United States, does give that opportunity. In a way, if you think about it, that everybody could still make it, even now, even if it's hard, even if there's inflation, even if the prices are high, but there's still a shot.
Yeah. Especially Chicago. Chicago's really
Yeah.
friendly.
Yeah. Chicago's real friendly. Chicago's a great place to start.
Yes.
Numbers can make sense on everything, like, from renting to buying.
Yes.
Versus some city, it's hard. There's no middle class. I feel like here we still have the middle class, hopefully, for until now.
yes.
We'll see what they do out there
I
with
know.
taxes and stuff. But
I know.
a lot of places, you go to California, New York, and it's like, are you rich or poor? That's it. It's tough. So yeah, that's awesome.
I know some Venezuelans that they start with zero, and they were paying a lot of money in rent.
Yeah.
And then they just bought. So
Yeah.
you gotta just
Venezuela
work
people are
for
big.
your chance,
Yeah. They're big too on buying like these 2-3 flats, right?
Yes.
As well. Yeah.
Yes, they love that.
They love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Chicago right now, what's happening with it's like Venezuela people or people from Ukraine.
Okay.
Because there's a big right now they're escaping from their country. There's a war, and those are the two buyers I see. They're buying a lot of these multi units right now. Investment because they know also a lot of people in need of rent, or they help their families or their friend. So that's a lot of I see a lot of that. The new immigration of Chicago, I feel like those two cultures
Yes.
as
it's
of right now.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, and there are some Venezuelans, not all of them come with nothing. There are some Venezuelans that come
Yeah.
with money.
Absolutely.
They had their business like you had your business out there. And, you
One
come
thing-
here and invest and
Yeah.
grow here.
One thing that I find really interesting, a lot of Venezuela people I talk with, they're super, super educated.
Yes.
They have like degrees, master
It's true.
degrees, like super educated. They were like at home, they were like engineers or doctors or had their business. Like
Yeah.
most of them are really educated
Yeah.
people.
And most of them
You know?
start here from the beginning.
Yeah, and they come here and work like I found I took a Uber the other day, and he was from
Yes.
Venezuela, and at home he worked like for I think for like in politics, but he had like PhD, master, like he was a really educated person.
Yes. It's great that you
You know?
mention it because a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, no. You guys are big on studies, academics.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
so even
That was
you had a bunch of degrees.
I think I mean thank you. But I think that was culture.
Yeah,
Probably our families just
Yes.
push that like
yeah, it's in Venezuela
Yes.
DNA.
Yes,
In a
like
way, right?
education is
I
very
remember my-
important.
I remember
Number one
my-
thing.
Yeah, I remember my parents used to say your only job is just study.
Wow,
Yes.
Right?
they're big. They're big in that.
Yes.
They want to make sure that
Yes.
you're educated.
They don't push you to work. They don't
Yeah.
push you to leave your house.
Yeah.
No. And you stay with your parents' house too. Save money.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like Italian.
Yes.
In Italy, same thing, similar
Yeah.
culture like that.
And I love it. I'm going to do the same thing with my kid.
I'm gonna try, but as long as they're good kids,
I
right?
only have one, so it's easier.
Yeah. I got three, so I'll put them to work, in the yard or something. We'll figure out.
Yeah, of course, they have to do
Yeah.
little things.
Yeah, they gotta do some stuff.
I think when my first job was when I was 9 years old, and you?
Wow.
My first job, I think
No.
19 was my
Okay.
first job. Yeah.
It's all good.
So
Oh, nice. I remember I was
Santa had it easy.
I was working with my auntie.
I'm joking.
I have a special auntie. She's my mom's younger sister.
Okay.
So she was young
Okay.
when I was little. So
Okay.
she used to invite me, Cynthia, for vacations. So
Okay.
in my summertime, I used to visit her.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to stay at home, just watching TV. No. So
Yeah.
I used to work in her company, and it was great. Just
That's why I make you. That's why you're here now, right? In Chicago, like you already had that grit since you were a little kid.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think when you have a good background and
Yeah.
and your family support you in everywhere, yeah.
It is crazy. You told me that, of course, I think me and Janet probably had some family here and helped us a little bit.
Mhm.
But Cynthia had nobody here. She was like by herself,
Nobody.
like nobody. That's
Nobody.
pretty impressive.
That was a big challenge for me.
Yeah. It's huge, but you made it.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing was when I lost my dad and I couldn't go back to see him.
Oh,
I couldn't be with him
I'm
that
sorry.
day, and yeah,
Wow.
that was awful.
Wow.
Was the worst thing.
Wow. Sorry for that.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that
when
sucks.
you got here, how do you get to know people? Like, what do you do? Do you join like a church, or like do you join, like a group?
Yeah. So I came to study English
Okay.
with a school, EF school in downtown. So yeah, they don't teach you; they just offer you the experience
Okay.
to live in a different city.
Okay.
And so I met people from France, Ukraine,
Wow.
Poland, Argentina,
little
Chile,
bit everything.
and I still have that community right now. I made like 100 friends.
Wow.
And
How did you meet Andrea, by the way?
Andrea, okay, I met Andrea like a year ago. No, a year and a half ago
I
in
know.
Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Social media, see?
Yes.
Social media.
I was about to start to study for my test.
Okay.
And I saw her picture. I said, oh, I like this girl. Let me.
And she was Venezuela.
Yes, and she's Venezuela. And she told me, Cynthia, I'm going to help you with your test.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my book.
Wow.
And I studied with the book she gave.
Wow.
And I passed the test with the book.
She's nice. She's good heart.
She's really nice, hard worker.
You see the power of social media?
Yes.
Interesting.
Interesting.
People don't believe me, but
Yes.
it works.
I know.
does.
I know.
It does.
Yeah, it works.
It works.
So, I'm here.
I think what it is more than working, just it's just people, and you have like it just instead of being in a group, maybe that person knows that person.
Yes.
Social media, you kind of like in a bigger group, you're a bigger pool of people.
That's true. That's true.
So it's kind of cool. But if you're a good person, you could be a good person in social and good person in normal life. Or if you're bad, you'll be bad at social too.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a different culture. Like I did miss like my extended family, because where I lived in Venezuela was like near like my aunts, my uncles, everyone.
everybody like
Everybody
in the same block.
neighborhood,
Yeah.
in the same block. So then moving here is like I don't know anyone, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm with my mom and my siblings, but
Yeah.
I did miss that culture.
Yeah.
And like Christmas here is never the same as it is in Venezuela.
Correct.
Like it's so different. Yeah, and you mentioned like they do something here in Christmas.
No, that's been my big issue because I miss to celebrate Christmas in like my way,
Okay.
because we used to do hallacas. So
What's the jackets?
hallacas is like a lot of people confuse
Okay.
hallaca with a tamal, with the Mexican tamal.
Okay.
But the jaca is more than tamal. It's similar, but has so many ingredients inside.
Okay. In Italian, jacka means like jacket.
Oh yeah.
Maybe, but if you,
Jackass jacket. Well,
Yeah.
it kind of
yeah.
looks like a little.
Yeah.
makes sense a little bit because like you put everything in this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this little, so it makes sense.
It's curious because every city in Venezuela makes a different hallaca. Everyone
Okay.
has a different recipe. So, for example, I'm from Valera, Trujillo.
Okay. Are you bringing some for Christmas?
I'm close from the Andes, no?
Okay.
I belong from the Andes.
Okay.
And our hallacas are different. We use a specific yellow bean called garbanzos.
Okay.
Okay.
Garbanzos. So
Yeah.
So hallaca with a garbanzo is no, it's not like a gocha hallaca.
I
So
never had an hallaca with garbanzos.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm from Anzoátegui,
Oh,
and I guess it's different.
it's different. Yeah.
So I expect different kind of jacas on Christmas from all my Venezuela,
I know.
Venezuela, agents,
From all over the place.
Yes.
We could eat. Frank eats, he'll be waiting to.
I know.
Yeah, and where is Frank? He should be here today.
I know, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Yes.
I told him. I'm not sure.
No.
He didn't show up.
We should make hallacas this year.
Yeah. Do you know how to make them? I
I
know how
can.
to fold
I kinda
and
know.
then like clean the leaves, fold it. I do not know how to make
Okay.
them.
I kind of know. And my family has a specific recipe
it.
to
Yeah,
make.
Yeah, but I could help because I mean the whole family helps to make a jackass. That's the beauty of Christmas too. You know,
Who
when you
likes to
make
cook in your
that.
family? I know a lot of your
My
family, so I'm
sister.
just curious.
My sister.
Your sister?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What about Dali? He doesn't cook?
He could grill. He's like a guy, like he'll grill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your kids?
My
got-
actually my youngest, he loves to cook,
Okay.
and he's very good at cooking, and
That's pretty-
he's worked at a restaurant, and
Okay.
yeah,
So you got a good passion.
yes, so
Nice.
yeah, that helps me eat well.
Good, good.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, yeah. But talking about Christmas and a jacket and the family, that's the part that you miss is like because when the family actually gets together to make these jackets,
Yeah.
everybody has a job. Like I'm an expert at cleaning leaves. And I don't know what you did.
A lot of people are expert drinking, just watching.
Oh, drinking and
Do
watching.
the hallacas. And my dad used to watch. Okay, how is everything doing?
Is everything good?
Going? Yeah.
Get more rum.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
know.
That's
so
funny.
so yeah, that's the big difference, the culture and
Yeah. That's
It's
pretty,
amazing. Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Because for us, Christmas is not about gift. For me, Christmas is about
Get together.
cooking, get together, enjoy. Before Christmas,
too.
after Christmas.
For us too, like we do a lot of cooking, a lot of eating, and play cards, get together.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
just eat. Keep eating.
just
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Gifts were a lot. Like I didn't grow up with like a lot of big gifts. I can't remember how many gifts. I probably got almost
yeah.
nothing. Like it was not a big deal.
Yeah, the same
know?
the same with me. Like maybe like one gift or and
Correct.
yeah, I've met people, other people that American people, I guess, that the under the Christmas tree is like full
I know.
presents,
I know.
and it's a big deal for them.
know.
But like for us, I don't know, it wasn't like that. It's like you
Yeah.
get one little gift from baby Jesus.
Yeah.
And that's what we call it. It's like baby
That's
Jesus is
baby
coming.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know, good and bad, right? Because now society in the States, pushes to, consume more, to buy
Yes.
more, to give more
Yes.
gifts. And we could say, oh man, that's bad. But that system works here to live better.
yes, to have a better economy and
Yeah,
to
better economy
actually
for people work. So
And
it's
to
kind of
be-
like good and
Yeah.
bad. I don't know, you know?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Because I analyzed what happens in Italy, my experience, and yeah, they don't do that, but then their economy is a little bit slower, or you know what I mean? They don't have the same economies here,
That's
you
true.
know. So it's like you just kind of know, I guess,
Yeah, there's the pros
A limit,
and the
right,
cons
right.
to
Yes.
both places, and
correct.
here it's a place where you could actually provide for your family.
You
So-
could, you could grow, you could have opportunities. Like we
Yes.
said, like in probably Venezuela too, or in Europe, like Sunday, like people don't work, everybody's off,
Yeah.
everybody's home cooking.
Slave back.
Here, maybe it's not, but then here's where
I
a
know.
little extra opportunities, right?
Yeah.
The adaptability, to
Yeah.
to accept the
Yeah.
change. That
Yeah.
Your life is different.
Yeah, yeah.
Very important.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think I'm a big promoter. Like maybe you could don't forget that great life you had. Just try to take advantage of the opportunities you have, make as much money as possible,
Yes.
and then you could enjoy later.
Yes.
And
It's
as long as you're healthy and everything,
Yes.
and you can enjoy a little bit more later with little vacations or a little time off, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, like you could, work and then you have your little time of enjoying, your
Right.
vacation, enjoying your life.
Right.
And every day, like every day you have moments that you could enjoy.
Yes,
You don't
that's
have to
true.
wait for a vacation to enjoy.
That's true.
There
I
are
agree with you.
beautiful things that happen every day, and like paying attention to that, I think it's very important, especially when you're working hard and
Yeah.
all of that. So,
Yeah.
It's true.
That's right. That's right. I think you just gotta step back and appreciate, right?
yes.
And have gratitude. Like even like say, even if you're let's say at a Starbucks and having a coffee, like, you know what? It's a beautiful day. I'm having a coffee. There's no bombs going on my head.
Yes.
I know.
I got food. I got a car. You know what I mean?
I
know.
I have
That's
a job.
huge.
I have
Yes.
income.
It's huge.
That's
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah. And sometimes we forget.
Yeah.
Take everything for
I know.
granted. But either way, because I'm a real estate fanatic, I say buy properties. So you could build your opportunities more. You know?
Yes. Invest in
know?
properties. It's a safe investment. I feel like to invest in properties.
For United States, it is because I feel like, let's say an example, Venezuela, the politics, whatever, maybe messed up the economy, inflation, the currency. Sometimes in Europe that happens too. But here, if one way or another, they try to control it. They do not want the housing to go down, so they're making sure that it keeps up. It's not crashing, and even if when it did crash, it came right back up. You know what I mean? So they have a pretty control on this,
Yes.
on housing and
Yeah.
economy here. Good and bad. You might like it or might not. Some people might complain like, "Oh, too much government control." I get it, but your property, your equity, or your money you invest is safe.
It's
I know.
safe, and it is good to always have those checks and balances.
Yeah.
And the law to kind of guide everyone.
Best gonna be always the best way.
Yeah. It's a system. You gotta know the system, and you gotta have good people to work with, or partner up with a good lender, a good realtor that guides you, give you experience.
Yes.
And that's where we come along.
Yeah.
Like, we know a lot of good people.
Right.
XR in general, it's filled with good people, and
We are.
we have the background of
I know.
being immigrants and immigrant.
Like we got a lot of experience, like indirectly. Maybe we should talk about it more, but all of us.
Yeah.
Like from you guys, Venezuela, from my Middle
Yes.
Eastern person to my Polish person to Italian, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of background with different stories, different experience where we could really, really help people.
We could really help people. Like here, you'll find someone you could relate to.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's such a variety.
That is true.
Yeah.
Even in personalities, I feel like
Yeah.
you really could find somebody you could relate
No,
with. Yeah.
amazing.
All right, girls. It was great. It was great having you. Like I love this is the point of this podcast.
Yes.
I want to expose more agents. You guys, you're good on social, but not as good. I'm just saying, everybody's learning. I'm not as good. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And we're shy, but these are nice because you come here to
Yeah.
the podcast, you talk, you get to talk about, and it was nice. We found out about culture, about Venezuela, about food, about so much. I loved it. It was a great episode. We're gonna have one for sure. You girls are gonna take over eventually an episode and do one fully in Spanish.
Fully in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I
for
can't
sure.
wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. But for now, for Cynthia, so yeah, just tell the viewers,
So
a
yeah.
little Spanish, spin. That's all.
So, soy Cintia. No solamente soy una real estate agent, trabajo con todo el mundo del real estate. Voy de la mano de buyers, de compradores, de vendedores,
Todo.
todo, el equipo completo, y los puedo guiar con las personas correctas, tanto el
Sí,
lender como el
exacto.
que inspecciona la casa. Y tenemos un buen marketing, con el buen marketing.
Sí, no,
Ok.
absolutamente.
Todo.
Brava.
El paquete completo.
Brava.
Así que aquí, a la orden para...
El paquete
cualquier cosa.
completo, me gusta. El paquete
The whole
completo.
package.
I like that.
Aquí,
Yeah.
we offer the whole package.
Yes, we do.
With good vibe,
Yeah,
of course.
I love it.
Siempre pues, con la intención de ayudar, ¿no?
Sí, siempre.
Ok.
Janet.
Bueno, yo soy Jenny Galler y bueno, estoy aquí para ayudarlos en lo que sea, en cualquier pregunta de inmobiliaria, real estate,
Non solito in Chicago, pure in
No sol-
suburbs, you-
no solamente en Chicago, pero también en los suburbios. Sí, y estoy a la orden para todo lo que necesiten.
I understood the suburbs, and she's my expert in the suburbs. So
Yes.
And then we got the Chicago expert here, so
Okay.
we're a good mix.
Gracias.
But anyways, thank you. Gracias. Gracias. No, con mucho gusto.
Gracias.
And episode 15 is done. Ciao.
Chao.